Hi, everybody. Welcome to our living room. This is the Chuck and Lisa show. Everybody say hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
A little bit more enthusiasm there, Mrs. Nebbis.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
You're on the air.
Woo.
Woohoo! Hi. And our ever-present, ever-awesome
ever-present?
Ever-present.
He's not in our house.
Not that
as far as you know,
That's
yeah.
the ghost.
As far as you know.
That's the ghost.
Mr. Darcy, welcome to the show. Hi, how are you, buddy?
Very busy right now, but doing all right.
Yeah?
How you doing?
Yeah?
Yeah.
At least you're awake tonight. You feel less tired today? You were tired last night. So
I was really tired.
Wake up!
I was really tired last night, but right now I'm trying to get the back show stuff set up. And so,
nice.
Well, why don't you go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you on all these social media sites, Chuck, and then let me do some work here.
Oh my God, there's a million of them. Okay, I gotta take a deep breath for this. You can find
That
me.
was pretty.
I know that.
By the way,
nice.
he makes that noise every morning.
Noon and night.
No.
I'm getting old. I'm an old white dude. All right, here, where you can find Chuck, if you're watching the show, and I hope you are. Where's Chuck? I am at Chuck Nellis on Gab, USA Life, MeWe, Parler, Clout Hub, Tumblr. I forgot that one on the list.
You forgot Wiggy-Wah or whatever that is.
And WG1, WG1. That's very funny. And Clout Hub, and and also Instagram.
Ooh.
I actually posted on Instagram today for the first time in years.
Even though he's had an account for a long time.
12 years? Something like that?
No, they haven't had Instagram for 12 years.
Well, I've had it probably
I've been posted on Instagram since before they made it.
Yeah. I'm a geek and a half. Yes, indeed. So you can find me in all these places except Facebook. Facebook wouldn't let me have at Chuck Nellis. I don't know. Some other guy had Chuck Nellis.
Sure.
So I know. So it's chuck.nellis.7 is where you can find me on Facebook. And also, of course, you can find me on this show with my darling wife Lisa every Wednesday night at 9:30. And every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock with my brother from another mother, Mr. Dershey.
That's me.
And Mr. Dershey, I will get to you in a moment. But first, we have to find out all those places where Mrs. Nebbis can be found.
Well, I wrote it down and gave it to you.
I know. I think you're going to see it.
Am I going to?
I don't know. He's been busy, so it may not
maybe
be.
not. Well,
Right.
I don't
So
know
anyway,
that.
tell us where we can find you. You don't know.
I'm Louise.
I'm lost.
I'm Louise.
I don't
everywhere.
know.
Pretty much Louise everywhere. Just search for LAWEEZ.
Right. And it's me.
It's probably me.
That's true.
I have a blog, louise.blog. I also have a bunch of Vintage Velma stuff now, which I have vintagevelma.com. There's not really anything there, but there will be.
VintageVelma.com.
VintageVelma.com. That is where I will be selling things in addition to my Etsy store. which I believe is Vintage Velma Finds, because Vintage Velma was already taken, even though the person doesn't use it.
Kind of like that Chuck Nellis person.
Yeah.
Bastard!
They're probably married.
Could be.
Louise on Twitter, Louise on Instagram.
And you can't find her on Facebook because she is not available.
I mean, you can find me,
Facebook.
but I'm not going to be your friend.
unless you're like her.
You're already my friend.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Lisa, is that her quota of friends? Oh, there's a friend.
Yeah, I have like 100 times more on Facebook than I actually have.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Which is 4.
Yeah.
One died.
You have a ton of friends on Facebook.
No, I said I have 100 times more friends on Facebook
yeah.
than I do in real life. Because in real life I have 4.
That's true.
And 1 died.
And she doesn't like people.
And I don't like anybody.
She barely likes me.
Mostly.
No, we are yin and yang, and actually Lisa proved it the other day. The Chinese calendar thing said that you are a yin and I am a yang.
Yes,
so we are actually a yin and a yang.
Because everyone is either one or the other, obviously, if you're reading Chinese horoscopes. You can't be both.
I'm glad we're not a couple yangs.
We could be the Yang Gang.
Anyway, moving forward here.
The old Yang Gang.
We don't need to have a wrap.
And then Dershie
So Dershie, did
woke
I
up.
stall you enough time to get everything loaded?
And Dershie woke
Yeah,
up.
we're good. We're good.
All right, good. Well, where can we find you, Mr. Dershie?
Well, you can find me behind this microphone every Wednesday night at 9:30 on the Chuck and Lisa show. But also, I am...
Take 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm out there on Gab, USA.life, MeWe, WG1, WGA, Parler.
Otherwise known as
mostly,
now.
Mostly, I am on the new social media Cloud Hub, which hopefully we're going to be talking about shortly. But at all of those places,
there also.
Yep, that's great. I followed you today. At all of those places, I am at Dersh. So no matter where you find me, I'm at Dersh. I am not at Twitter.
You are the.
I am on Facebook, but not politically. So don't look for me there because I won't friend you, talk to you.
He's not your friend.
I know he won't even answer me when I tag him and stuff politically on Facebook.
Don't do Facebook.
I can't believe it. I'm like, dude.
Facebook is where you're supposed to put pictures of your grandchildren.
Yeah,
I've
got 2.
But we don't have any, so.
I've got my political page and my other page
don't
that
have
stays
any,
hidden. So. I don't want anybody to know about the other one.
All right. Well, anyway,
that's the one like yours.
So for those people who are listening to us out there, you want to join in, give us a call. You can
Please
do that
at
201 439 8092. That's 201-439-8092. When you do that, you have to have a show ID. Show ID is 820-073-66. 820-073-66.
Oh.
And
that was me.
Come back? Okay.
Good show. And once again, that number is 201-439-8092. Hi, we're from the Columbia School of Broadcasting. The show ID is number 820-07366. Yes, ma'am?
You failed.
I failed?
Yep.
Hey, Chuck.
I failed at the Columbia School of Broadcasting. Yes.
Our listening audience out there says that your gain is just a little too much. Or you need to stop.
Oh, good.
Or you need to stop shouting. One or the other.
Chuck is always a little too much.
I'm always a little too much. I turned it down and aimed it away.
I just read this pretty.
I'm sorry.
Pretty relevant post. How come introverts are always encouraged to speak up and talk to everybody, but they never tell the extroverts to shut up?
You do.
I do. I'm doing my part.
All right. What do you tell me?
Shut up, Chuck.
And does she?
Shut up, Chuck.
See? And do I ever shut up?
No,
never. But we keep trying.
I really don't.
No.
I pity my mother.
You should.
I've never been any different, so I can't.
Maybe that's
help
why
it.
she
I'm
used
sorry.
to tell you smelled because it made you sad and you'd be quiet for a minute.
Or the fact
Alrighty,
that
we don't have time for these rabbit holes tonight, folks. So
we don't have time for. I love rabbit holes. They're my favorite places.
No time for rabbit holes.
All
but
right.
I believe our first topic for the night, while we're waiting for Jeff Brain to call in, would be the prom that you guys went to. So,
that was
we forgot to send
fun.
you. We didn't send him any pictures.
You didn't send him any pictures.
I didn't.
Oh.
Nobody asked me to.
Oh well. Anyway, Lisa was dressed gorgeously. She was in a 20s flat
Okay,
outfit.
well, first of all,
Yes.
the whole premise was that the Mebane Police Department Community Outreach, and sorry if I got the name wrong, decided to hold a senior prom for actual senior citizens, or really anybody that wanted to come, but it was for senior citizens, and it was 20s, roaring 20s.
Yep.
So you could dress like that, or you could just dress up.
And I think some of them were in their teens in that.
I don't know about that. But or you could just, it said Sunday best, period attire, or church, I think. Anyway, they wanted you to dress up. So I thought that most people would not do the 20s thing, but as it turns out, they did. So that was cool, because I wasn't the only person dressed like that.
You looked wonderful. And they had the about a 1930 Ford Model A sitting out front in dark blue.
Oh, it's nice.
It was beautiful. Well, she did the model shots on the on the car, that you do with your foot up on the running board and all that.
Yep, somebody told me to stay away from that there Clyde boy. He'll be the end of me.
That's right. And she married me anyway.
Yeah, I did. So it was cute. So we went. It started at 5:30 because, senior citizens.
And how was I dressed?
You were dressed either as the dude, the Big Lebowski.
Right. No, I was the dude.
The dude.
Everybody calls
except
me
for that, somebody thought that you were Tommy Chong.
That was funny.
That was funny.
Hey, man! No, that's Cheech.
No, Chong.
Hey, man. Yeah. Right. Chong is a laid back one.
And then it was funny because when we went, one of the police officers thought that you were dropping me off because you weren't dressed in a suit.
I was dressed just like the dude in the movie. The pants were almost spot on. So it was great time. There was so many. It was funny. The secondary name for the thing could have been the Cops Ball, because there were so many policemen there.
Well, they were sponsoring it, but they were also hanging out.
And they were having a great time. They were all dancing and laughing with the old folks and just having a really
Line
good time.
dances.
And we didn't dance because, well,
two reasons.
No, 3 reasons.
All
the wheelchairs on the
reasons.
dance floor.
Wheelchairs on the dance floor. I picked the wrong shoes to wear.
Right, that was true.
And I can't dance.
That's a problem.
And the music wasn't that good.
Really? You can't dance fast. You look like a bad case of a white person dancing. Yeah. Oh, yeah, when you...
I wasn't dancing.
Oh, I know. That's
so
why
how do you know?
I've seen you dance. No, but you What we wanted a slow dance. That was the thing.
I didn't know this was Insult Lisa night.
No, I'm joking. No, I dance worse than you. I'm a white guy with a bad back.
Right.
Hi, I'm the name of the what was it? Killed the Gopher.
Oh.
Caddyshack. I'm the gopher at the end. That's about how much. That's about how I can dance now.
That is what you look
I'm all right. Ain't nobody worried about me.
Yeah, that is what you look like.
I did.
So there were multiple reasons why we didn't dance.
Right. And they wouldn't play one slow song. I guess you can't really slow dance in a wheelchair.
Or maybe they wouldn't know.
There were honestly.
There were not that many
wheelchairs.
There
was 10 on the dance floor or so.
Possibly. Yeah.
And it was a good sized dance floor.
But it was fun. It
was a good time. We were enjoying watching people.
People the families were there too, not just old people. Like, we weren't just creeping on old people.
No. It was really fun. We were all laughing and smiling.
I'll send her some pictures.
Yeah.
I got my hair did. I had
got her hair
28 bobby pins.
And the beauty of this is that Lisa never got to go to the prom when she was in high school.
Why?
Well, I was dating a college girl, and you didn't know me, and you didn't pay attention to me. You didn't even know I existed or went to the same high school. You
still could ask me out.
No less the same senior class.
Yeah, that's a good excuse.
It's true. We were in the same class. She never looked at me.
You could have asked.
Coach Prasek. Budweiser has been helping white men dance for over 100 years. And on the back of my Old Spice, Old Spice deodorant, it says, You wouldn't be here if your grandfather didn't wear this deodorant.
Yeah. Yeah, and also there was no alcohol at this prom.
No, there was no alcohol. It was really nice. It was really
it was
boring.
cute.
Had cute little appetizer things. And
apparently the people at the senior center were the ones that helped make all the decorations because they did that in their craft class or whatever.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Gave them something to look forward to.
Right.
So we're going to do that every year, I think.
They gave away prizes. They had a real photographer, which we haven't seen the pictures yet because the police have not posted them yet. Hint, hint.
Right. This was the first annual.
Yes.
So I was thinking about it like this. In 30 years at the 30th annual, we will be
dead.
Old as hell.
We'll be dead.
No, we won't be dead. Based on our family heritages, we'll probably still be kicking.
You won't even know.
Well, I'll be dead.
What? No, you'll be.
See ya!
You'll be flirting with all the females like that old dude was. That was funny.
That was funny. What in the world is that? I hear Biloxi.
Who's in Biloxi?
Dershie, what are you listening to? Dershie!
Hey, how do you hear that? My microphone's turned off.
It's been an exciting.
What are you doing?
I can hear it.
I'm watching.
Turn that off.
I'm going to turn it down, but I'm watching.
Mute it.
I'm watching my.
We're doing a show here.
I'm watching my my baseball team, FAU, play for the conference championship on my iPhone.
Nice.
You're true.
Nice.
Well, turn the volume down.
I did.
That's funny.
You dork.
That's funny.
He's a geek just like the rest of us. He's got toys galore and all that good stuff. So, in summary, the prom was a really good time.
And then we went out to eat, and I didn't take my flapper outfit off, and so people were staring at me.
It was fun, and because I was the dude when we walked into the restaurant, everybody was like, "Dude!"
No, one guy goes, "You look like that guy in that movie." Like you weren't dressed like that on purpose. It was funny. And then
you're surprised about
somebody else goes, "Can I ask you a question? You won't get mad." "What? Why am I dressed like this?" She said, "Yes."
That's so funny.
Because I figured if I was going to take all that time and get dressed, do my makeup, do my hair, I was going to wear it the rest of the night.
I don't blame you.
So I did.
I don't blame you.
And then I had fun picking 28 bobby pins out of my hair the next morning.
That's awesome. I want to cover Bubba before we go anywhere else.
Yeah.
NASCAR, we got to get Bubba in there.
Yeah.
Before
we could do that.
We've still got a couple minutes before Jeff joins us.
Go read my article.
Yep.
Number 1, Ladies of Speed, all one word, .org.
Yes.
Um,
Tell us a little about it.
It's all women writers. I'm not really sure why, but the premise is we all picked a certain driver to write about. We could have more than one. So not all the drivers are covered. So we're working on that. If you're a female and you like to write for us, hit me up.
That would be cool.
I wanted Ryan Blaney, but he was already taken, even though nobody ever...
He was probably the number one pick.
No. That's
him or Chase.
No. But anyway, he's taken, but the person that has him never writes any articles about him. But anyway, so I have Bubba Wallace because he's really cool and he's Ryan Blaney's best friend, and I figured he'd be really interesting to write about. And of course, once I picked him, he's not having such a great year.
He'll come around. This is as much as pit crew.
Well, no, that's Blaney.
Oh, you mean Bubba?
Bubba. We're talking about
you
Bubba.
Know what?
Bubba. Look,
Bubba needed that stage win he got during the All-Star race worse than anybody out there.
Well,
he has openly admitted that he's got depression problems and that he's been feeling really down on himself and doubting his self-worth.
Yeah.
And this is going to do leaps and bounds. And of course, our boy Blaney was the first one down there to give him not just a handshake,
his brother.
but a long hug.
It
was beautiful.
He says it's his brother and family is more important to him than anything. So,
yeah.
But I mean, it's got to be.
But Bubba's gonna land on his feet. I foresee him ending up at Penske. To be honest, they've got room for a fourth car, and I'd love to see.
I'm really worried about what the supposed announcement this week is going to be.
I'm worried about the 43.
I'm worried about why I got this T-shirt for half price from the Petty store. I got a Bubba Wallace.
Well, maybe it's the last year's shirt.
It doesn't matter. He has the same number.
It's a different car if it's last year's.
I don't know. Is it? It doesn't have a model on it.
You can't see it because it's under your belly button. I can't see it. No, it's under your boob.
It doesn't matter. Well, then you're never going to see it.
Oh, no! Never to be seen again! So,
They only had one shirt. That's the other thing.
So a lot of people have come and read it already. A lot of people have come and seen you on there because you're a very good writer. So, what is that site again one more time?
ladiesofspeed.org.
/ Lisa Nellis or what?
I don't know. I think it's Lisa Knight. Hold on. No, I think it's Louise. Hold on. You talk while I do this.
Oh, I can always talk. That's cool. And NASCAR. Dershie, what do you think of the race? He's watching the race. I mean, he's watching the baseball game.
I thought the race was fantastic, full of surprises. A lot of people saw that I have a brand new favorite race car driver, Austin Dillon, because he dented and hurt Kyle Busch's chances, so he's down the top of my list.
Ahead of Blaney in that red, white, and blue Blaney shirt you got. Are you serious? I don't think you're telling the truth.
I love Blaney and Kyle Larson, but anybody that dents and hurts Kyle Busch, dents his car, is absolutely
you get bonus points.
Goes the top. Yeah, he's definitely bonus points. So.
By the way, before we finish up on NASCAR, Bubba did finish 5th.
He did.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Did he beat Kyle Busch?
I thought it was very impressive.
Anytime he beat Kyle Busch is a good day.
That the two of the top 5 were raced in or into the.
I'd like to think that Bubba would have won the fan vote had he not.
I don't know. So because there's mixing emotions, a lot of people feel sorry for him because of what he's been through.
And a lot of people are racist.
A lot of people are. Some people are racist, but a lot of people, I don't know.
I think.
But I mean, of the people that were left,
I think Larson would have had a lot of votes. I'm pretty sure. I bet Larson would have won.
Well, you're a little biased towards Larson too, so.
But Larson was already in.
No, he wasn't.
But Larson's your favorite driver, isn't he?
No, he won stage 3.
Larson got in by racing in. He was not in already.
Right.
So.
But what I'm saying is because he raced in, then there would have been a spot.
Right.
For somebody else to be voted in, and it couldn't be Larson because he already got raced in. So
same thing for Bubba. Well, that's how.
Yeah.
Right. What I'm saying is, had he not won a spot,
I think you're right.
He might have won
the fan vote
because they don't tell you. They don't tell you who got voted in above you.
Which is why I think I think what's the name who actually got the fan vote was probably number 3. I think Larson and Bubba would be number 1 and 2. I'm not sure which one is which, but I believe those are probably the two of the people who weren't already in the race. Some of the popular. We'll never know because they definitely won't tell us. So anyway,
it was the NASCAR doesn't tell anything. Yes, sir.
We got a phone call, so I'm assuming that's Jeff. So if you'd like to,
that would probably be Jeff.
Well, let's go ahead and get him on the show.
Go ahead and get him answered and give him an introduction before he comes on.
Yeah. And tonight we have a special guest, Jeff Brain, who is the owner-creator of CloutHub, a new social media site which is taking social media by storm. We have him on to talk to Chuck and Lisa tonight. And Jeff, can you say hi?
Hello. Thanks for having me, guys.
Welcome. We're glad.
Hi, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing tonight?
Couldn't be better.
We're doing really well. We're glad you could. We're glad you could join us. Lisa, this is Jeff. Jeff, this is Lisa. You haven't had a chance to talk before. Lisa represents, as far as our conversation tonight, the other audience that you want to join Clout Hub. She is a liberal, as
All
I
right.
say.
Very
I'm
well.
sorry,
Well,
I
good.
thought this was our show
It
tonight.
is.
Not,
Yeah, she.
Huh?
I just
Lisa
lost.
Yes.
Talk to Lisa then
She,
tonight.
she's important. Yes, talk to Lisa.
I'll be
Yeah.
nice.
So, no, of course, yeah, no, we know that. We have no question about that. We just want to know how we bring your friends onto our platform. They're very welcome there.
Hmm.
We would love to have
For
for Cloud Hub to
breaking
achieve
in
its
and
ultimate
out.
goal.
Is it us or the? Sorry, hold on one second. Are you hearing that also?
I'm hearing that. Dershie, are you losing sound or am I losing you?
I think it's you, Chuck.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right,
I'm
don't
back.
move,
I
then.
apologize. I won't breathe
Right.
or move.
Okay, don't breathe.
Keep going, Jeff. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to say, Lisa, that for our platform ultimately to achieve its goal, we don't want it to be just another red site. We don't want it to be a blue site. We want it to be a site
Right.
where everybody comes together and talks about issues, because ultimately, if we just have another red site, that just further divides people. And at some point, we have to start to talk to each other and work together. There are those in leadership positions that actually would prefer that we not get together and talk, so they can keep manipulating us. But the truth is that with a platform like Clout Hub, where we are, our whole purpose is to be able to bring voices together. That's the beauty is we're going to bring voices together and give you a platform where we can all talk through issues and try and start resolving issues instead of creating issues. So that's our goal.
Okay, well, this is my experience so far.
Mhm.
The reason I haven't really spent a ton of time there, and hold on a second, I'm gonna back myself up here.
Mm.
Hold on 1 second. So, I'm pretty much willing to try a lot of things. I mean, I've been on Twitter since forever,
Yeah.
since
Mhm.
The beginning of
when
Twitter?
there were fewer than 6,000
What number
people.
were you?
5908.
That's amazing.
So here's the thing. When I open up Clout Hub, all I see are things bashing Democrats, and so I immediately close it, and I don't really do anything.
Mhm.
There's no way for me to. I've done a search for topics I'm interested in. There aren't any.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not that there aren't any topics, there aren't any posts relating to
Right.
that. There doesn't seem to be a way to not block people, but maybe mute them or pause them for a few days until I get used to the site, and then maybe they can come back later. So every time I open it up, I'd see nothing that I want to read, and I'd leave.
I understand.
There isn't anybody for me to talk to. Yeah.
I understand.
There
Yeah.
isn't anybody
I
else
think,
for me to talk to.
yeah. So the platform is really about 2 months old, and we are. This is just the first phase of it, and I think the reason that so much of it is conservative at this point is because they are more likely to make a change because they feel they're being censored on the other platforms. So it's more there's more motivation for them to make a change. I think that as we move forward, we will. First of all, in about 2 weeks, right now there's one feed for our platform, similar to Twitter, one feed where everyone talks on. But what we're going to be doing, and actually Chuck had sent an email to us, to say we should do this. We had already talked about it, but he's on the same path, is we're going to create multiple feeds, timelines, where one will be blue, one will be red, and there'll be a general one where people that just want to talk about things
In the middle.
in general will be.
Yeah.
And then they'll also, as we grow and it warrants it, we will also create other feeds based around, perhaps sports or entertainment or any number of things that we can create feeds around. Now, in the future, too, right now we have the public forum, which is similar to Twitter. And again, we're going to create alternate rooms so you can have a choice to go to what room you want or what timeline you want to go to and talk. But we'll also be introducing a private room. When we first started CloutHub, and there was very few people on it, actually we had some really amazing experiences. People were talking about their children. They were talking about their careers. Michael Broderick, who's an actor, has an autistic son, and he was sharing his experiences, and some other people from around the country started sharing their experiences. And it was really nice. But then as it started getting bigger, we lost that kind of personal touch, and discussions and getting to know each other. And I think the private forum that we're going to be adding, and that's why you see on our platform, we ask for followers and friends. And people always ask what's friends for. And the friends, those are the people, if you accept friends or to have somebody as a friend, that you will see in the private area. That's where you'll share what you did over the weekend with your family and your friends. And that'll be more personal stuff.
When you when you go to somebody's...
Well, how come we're not friends?
We are.
No, we're not. It says Chuck followed you.
Oh, that's right. I haven't friended you because I don't want you to see my posts.
I don't read any posts on here anyway because there are nothing I want to read.
All right, then I'll do that.
And I'm not trying to be a jerk. It's just that,
well, honestly, I was trying not to offend you.
Honestly, the only thing I could see on here, I'm scrolling down, besides our show, which just showed up today, are pictures of sunsets.
Yeah, there's
everything
a lot of
else,
art and stuff.
No, there's not a lot of art, but everything else is sort of like Nancy Pelosi has a stick up her butt.
Sorry, I had to laugh.
I know, but I mean, really, Bernie Sanders, how to make millions selling socialism to any. I really don't want to see any of this stuff. I see enough of it on Twitter.
Right.
I don't want to be in a room. I don't. No. I don't want to be in a room all by myself.
Right.
I like the fact that there are a lot of conservatives that I follow, that I respect, that I like to read. However, I don't like to be on a page where everybody's just calling each other names all the time.
Right. I think you ought to call the neutrals on DMZ.
That's a good one. But I don't see that people on our platform are really that often going after each other. I think you're right, though. They're very conservative. And
no, they're not going after each other. They're going after liberals.
Right. So,
and not in a particularly
what his idea
way.
is that it's not going to stay just like
that.
Right,
I understand. You've explained this to me 7 or 8 times.
Right.
There's a red channel and a blue channel and a purple channel, but I also don't think that, I don't know, people are going to do what they want to do. So if people want to go live in the red channel, they will. That's what they do now.
Uh-huh.
I just don't know why I have to see everything that everybody says all the time.
So when you go in, you'd like to have the option of where to go.
That's a good point, though, Lisa. Let me explain that. When we first started the platform, it was designed like every other platform, which is you only see the people you choose to follow. Okay, but and that's when we joined Facebook, we joined Twitter as new people. There's so many people on there that we quickly find people we know. But when you start a platform from the very start, and when we first started, we brought 50 people on just to test it. Then we invited another 100. Then we invited another 500, to just test it. And the problem we had with that scenario of you only see who you're following is most people didn't know who else was on the platform and had no way of knowing who they were to even look for. So it's like walking in a big house into the entryway and all the doors are closed, and there might be 100 people in there, but because all the doors are closed, you don't see them, so people were coming and leaving. So what we decided to do...
my problem... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So what we decided to do
Jeff.
was, for a couple months, was make it so everybody could see everybody, and that way they can engage. But it won't stay that way forever. Once we get to a certain level, we will let everybody know that it's our intention, and we'll give them a couple weeks, to go to the standard format, which is you only see the followers, and we'll tell you follow the people you want, make sure you're following them, and then at some point we'll flip that switch off, and then you'll only see people posts that you're following. So
right,
it's part of the plan.
To me, it seems like a party where you're like, you come into a party and all the people are there, and then this one creepy guy keeps following you around the room, and you can't make him go away.
That was me when I met her. No, sorry.
Yeah, I know. As they say, that's Chuck. What are you talking about?
That's me, man. I married her.
I live with him, so I can't do anything about that.
And I still creep
but
around and follow her.
That's all I'm saying is I don't want to block. I don't want to block people or anything. Like, just maybe not see this person for a while or something until I figure out whether they're as annoying as they seem.
So you like the idea of a pause button too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, for example, on Facebook, you can mute somebody only for a short period of time, and then they come back.
You could do that on Gab as well.
I'm not going on Gab.
I know you're not. You'll never.
I'm not a Nazi. Site. I'm sorry.
There are some.
So we can look at all those options. I mean, we have a mute button, I think now, right? But it's not timed.
Find it. Yeah, I couldn't find it. But then again, I haven't spent a ton of time on it because as much as Chuck has it.
I haven't really myself either. What can you do?
No, actually,
you've spent a lot more than I have. But yeah,
there's not a mute button.
I realized today I didn't. Go ahead.
There is a block.
There's not a mute button.
I don't necessarily want to block people because I don't want to be in an echo chamber. I really don't. I like to see what other people have to say. But then again, there's some people that just won't shut up, and they're not nice.
Right. Some people
and I just don't want to see what they say. And maybe probably I won't see them again. But sometimes people like that tend to dominate.
Yeah, sure. So I would say this as somebody that's new to this business. The thing is, it's incredible the work that goes into creating a platform.
Oh, yeah.
I'm used to, in my prior businesses, I could say, I want this done, and it gets done like tomorrow, right? But if I tell them that I want to change even the formatting of something, I won't see it for 3 weeks because the amount of work that goes into it. So I think we have tried to be very responsive to people and make corrections and changes, and we will continue that.
An excellent example of that I want to insert real fast is you found a problem with uploading a blog post, right?
Yes.
And you figured it out in the course of 5 hours between your guys. So now everybody can upload their blog posts.
Yeah. We really are very different than Twitter and Facebook in that we're here to empower you. Whether you're more liberal or conservative, doesn't matter. We believe in people, and we believe that the people being able to connect and work together have incredible power, and that power can be used to protect our freedoms. That power can be used to decide policy and hold our elected officials accountable. And right now, we don't have that ability. Facebook is silencing us. Twitter is silencing us if we disagree with their beliefs. I was on Twitter and was being shadow banned, and that totally offended me as an American. That somebody would I mean, if I did something wrong, write me an email and say, hey, you did this, and we don't like that. And if you continue to do it, we'll take, you have to either get suspended but the whole concept of shadow banning is sneaky. It's doing it behind our backs, like we're idiots, Yeah,
and, my last 3 years on Twitter were that.
Well, and I got offended by it, and I decided, you know what? Jack's gonna regret one day that he shadow banned me, and now I think our platform is pretty good, and we have so much more coming. Lisa, we're not ultimately going to be just the Twitter alternative. I shared with Chuck and Will the other day our vision. We're going to be bringing in stuff so that you could access your government. You could watch your city council meetings or your school board meetings, or your homeowner association meetings online. We're going to give you the ability to contact all your representatives with a very easy one button push. We're going to give you access to election information. who's the candidates, what their positions, what do people in their districts think of them. We're going to give you a lot of resources, the ability to stream, the ability to watch debates, and get lots of different voices. So our platform ultimately is going to be a complete infrastructure platform so that you could do everything you need to do. If you had something in your community that you didn't like, you could reach out to your neighbors, you could form a group, you could have a virtual meeting amongst your neighbors. You don't actually have to go physically and get together. See, with Twitter, you can't connect. And that was one thing I noticed when I tried to use it. You can't connect with people and organize them and mobilize them. If you're new there, first of all, you're not connected to anybody. You could say something into the feed, but most people will never see it. And then slowly you start to get some people, that friend, follow you, but it takes a long time. And my thing is that as we move into the next, century, that we should not have to go to a downtown meeting to see a city council meeting. We should be able to do it through our computers and push a button that tells them we want to speak. And when it's our turn, we get 2 minutes through our computer to comment and even pass a PDF.
I like that idea.
Right, but politicians don't, because they don't want the input. They want to make it as difficult as possible for you to participate.
Yeah. They don't want
if we get enough numbers of people, on the platform, which I feel very confident we'll do, they won't have a choice. Realistically, they won't have a choice because people will just demand it.
And of course, my one dream for you. I want the desktop version, but I know it's going to take time, and I know you're going to get it, and I have every faith in it. You want the what?
DOS version. You're just being a caveman.
I know it. Well, no, I keep a bazillion tabs open, and that way I can, instead of going to my phone, I can do that.
You're being a caveman.
I am a caveman.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, no, I'm not looking for anything to
be. There's a lot of cavemen.
I'm not looking for anything to be a Twitter alternative, because I'm obviously not getting kicked off of Twitter.
No, you could. You've told the president to do any number of things.
Here's another suggestion: maybe not allow any president to have an account on. Well, I mean, they're really, honestly.
I was thinking about that today. Wherever the president decides to go, he's going to bring up bazillion followers with him. I hope it is CloutHub, personally.
Okay, well then I definitely I definitely will not.
Well, what if it was a Democrat president?
No, I don't think. I don't think it's appropriate. Okay. I really don't.
Interesting. Okay. We need all opinions, don't we? Definitely. Jeff, what else you got, brother?
Well, on your point about a desktop, we will move towards a desktop version, and we are feeling the heat. And I talked to somebody today, in fact, about putting a team together that could start that.
Get all the old people that way.
Well,
the old people who are on the internet the most.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, I'm not 20, I'm up there. I've got 5 kids, and they're all grown and have their own lives, so I'm up there too.
Oh, cool.
We have 4.
We have 4 between
Happy birthday, Ryan.
Happy birthday, Ryan. We forgot to say that.
Well, she's asleep.
Yes, she is. My daughter lives in England.
Oh, very nice. So we'll get that desktop version done. We're new on the scene. And we just got accepted into the Evo Nexus incubator at UC Irvine, and they provide lots of resources and eventually money to help us. They provide a lot of team, support, executives from lots of different companies. I will tell you that our coach that's been assigned to us is actually the director of product development for Google.
Nice.
He was one of the early developers of Twitter, and he I don't want to say anything I shouldn't say, but let me say
don't,
this.
Don't say anything.
Don't do that.
Yeah, let me say this. He's excited about seeing social media that's different, and are wanting to bring people together to do good things for society and the world. He's very excited about, and he offered actually to be our coach and mentor in this incubator. And
congratulations!
He talked about
that's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it'll be very huge for us. He knows stuff that we can't even imagine. So
yeah,
we're really excited about that. That just recently happened, and
that's awesome. Sounds like it sounds like you don't sleep.
Well, how can I get your messages? How can I sleep? Get your messages.
I know. I mean, you get my messages at 2 a.m.
Why are you giving the messages at 2 a.m.?
Because I'm expecting him to look at them in the morning. I'm not expecting him to answer it then.
Why are you up at 2 a.m., old man?
Because I'm an old man and I stay up at 2 a.m. Any more questions, old lady?
Must be nice.
She's just jealous, Jeff, because she's got a job in the morning still.
Still. Hopefully not for long.
Now where are you guys located?
We're in North Carolina.
We're in the heart of North Carolina.
We are in the heart of North Carolina.
Literally. We are
literally where
between the
routes
mountains and the
40
beach.
and 85 meet.
Also known as the biggest drug running area
It really
in
is.
North Carolina.
They come right by it.
40, 85. We are in Mebane, which is halfway between Greensboro and Raleigh. Or on the bigger picture, halfway between Asheville and Wilmington.
And Dershey is in Orlando.
North of Orlando, yes, in Winter Springs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I used to live there.
Not too far.
You used to live with Dershey?
No, when I was in the Navy, I lived in Winters. I lived there. Yeah.
Because I didn't hear that story.
Hey Jeff, I just wanted to step in here and say, and again, I talked to you before, thank you so much, because I've never felt more welcome at a social media site than I have with on CloutHub, and the response time from you and from your team is just amazing. You're so willing to help. And I don't know if you saw it today, but one of someone on CloutHub I follow said he was suspended from Twitter because he was advertising CloutHub on Twitter.
I gotta try that.
Really?
Ooh,
you gotta do it, Lisa. If anybody can get away with it, it'll be Lisa.
They will not. The only time I ever get suspended from Twitter is if I say something even remotely resembling physical violence, like throwing oranges at someone. I got suspended for that. People should throw oranges at someone. That's all.
Yeah, I got to tell you real quick on that line. One of my last times I got suspended from Twitter was for saying I'm killing a beer.
Yep.
For real. Anyway, we won't see that on CloutHub.
So what do you want me to say? Because I'm doing it right now.
Lisa's actually going to do an ad.
That was Chopper, and he's actually from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's right. So it was Chopper. That's right.
We're really close to there. We're about 30 miles.
Yep, we're real close. We're over there quite often.
He's in.
And where are you at, Jeff?
I'm near Irvine, California, Newport Beach.
Oh, okay.
Area.
Oh, we're coming to your house.
Very pretty. I've been there.
You're welcome. You're welcome anytime. We'll do the program next time from the West Coast.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Absolutely. We could do it anywhere, honestly.
So am I supposed to... Do you have a Twitter account?
Oh, you know what you should do?
Do you have a Twitter account?
Do you have a Twitter account, Jeff?
Yeah.
I mean, does CloutHub have...
CloutHub.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm live tweeting.
This is going to be hilarious. Well, that's great.
Is it positive or negative? What you?
Oh yeah, she's promoting
come check out the new platform and social media, CloutHub. All the cool kids are there, and then I'm gonna
All right.
tag your old
at Chuck Nellis.
Yeah, your old one. Yeah.
Yep, and tag Dersh too.
He's not on Twitter.
He's gone too.
He's not on Twitter.
I'm not there. I'm gone.
Tag Judy.
She unfollowed me.
And Jerry.
Oh yeah, tag Jerry.
Okay.
He'll do it. We're gonna help you, man. We got faith in your platform, and we need a place where everyone can speak freely, and have a place to rant in private if you want to, whether you're left or right. But then also have a place in the middle where people can interact.
Not private and public.
Yeah,
you already rant in private.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, that's exactly right. We want people to be able, let me also just clarify, because we're free speech, and we always say, we're not going to censor anybody for politics. But we also don't want a site where people come on and just start ranting, at
Right.
Racist slurs. That there's Gab for that. So
yes, and that's the ugly side of Gab.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. But for us, come and we, want people to talk about issues and focus on issues and solving issues. And if people come, we've had a couple people come, and then it just gets uncomfortable. But most of the people we then talk to, and they go, "Oh, okay, no, I understand," and they're very good about it. And I think too, the fact that particularly some of us that are conservative have been very frustrated because we've been silenced. And when you silence people, they become particularly frustrated. Nobody likes to be silenced. Right. So I think as we give people a platform where their voices can be heard, regardless of left or right, some of that anger will go away, and we can go to that next step, which is, okay, let's now focus on what the issues are and try and find common ground. And
right.
Yeah, that would be a wonderful
All right, I just followed you on Twitter. Follow me back.
She just followed you on Twitter. I can't believe it.
I did.
I'm impressed.
Not then you can read my tweet.
Well, and you've got an account on CloutHub, right? Or have you not opened it? You did open it.
You are.
Oh, right. Never mind.
You were my first follower.
Yes, I was her first follower. I forgot.
I opened up an account on the train.
I've got so many accounts. I can't remember what I'm following.
On the train? We went
that's
on the
right.
Train.
On the train, yeah. So, yeah, you've got your first liberal.
All right. Actually, there's a couple of those.
That's one.
Yeah.
Well, we have. I'm sorry, I was joking.
We'll start to target and invite more liberal people to come. So.
That's great.
And like I said, I don't want to. I don't want to read only liberal people. Like you say, what are your people saying about this? I don't have people.
Well, they are your people.
No, I don't have people. I read.
Have your people get a hold of my people?
I read a lot, all over the place, and then when people get incredibly annoying and not realistic, then I make them go away. But
Lisa is an unusual liberal in that way. She's not rabid, where if somebody says something, she's just not going to lose her mind. She'll debate it.
Or I say, you seem nice. And then they go,
or if
what?
somebody gets mean, then she'll...
and they go, what?
Bless your cotton socks. So I think she's going to be a great asset if you want to help bring the liberal side into the fold.
I just made a tweet. And I said, this is where all the cool kids are hanging out, including Chuck and all the other people that I cannot tag because they got cut off. They got suspended off of Twitter. So
yeah, that's the that is the problem, and that is the frustration for us. And Jeff, I understand exactly why you started this company, because it is frustrating to not have a voice.
Yeah, or particularly somebody deciding what's appropriate to talk about or not. That's just incredible.
Yeah.
Deciding what free speech is. I know. I hate that.
You don't hate anything.
Absolutely.
You just said that.
No, I don't hate anyone. I do hate a lot of things.
Oh. Now you tell me.
So Lisa, I followed you back.
I see that. Woo! You got more followers than I do. That's not fair.
I had more followers every time I started in a week.
Oh.
Every time I'd start, I'd get 10,000 followers in the first week.
Yeah.
And Lisa would be like, damn, I had you for 3 days.
I really don't care, actually. You know that.
Yes.
I tell people not to follow me. I'm like, if you're Chuck's friends, don't follow me, please.
Who were you? What was your @? I'm curious on Twitter, because I tend to remember if you followed me or not. And I think you did.
My personal?
Do you remember? Yeah, when you were on
Maybe
on
doesn't wanna
Twitter
say
before.
that.
Oh, do you still have it? I didn't know if they
No, I
actually
don't.
just.
If you don't mind,
Okay.
I actually took it down because I didn't want people to say this or that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Because I'm trying to
That's
create
fair.
a platform that's open for everybody.
I'll ask you in another forum.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, yeah. But
The last thing I want to do is tip over any tea kettles.
Oh, that's the last thing you want to do?
All right, we got to tell this one story while Jeff is here. Remember the whole thing about the Christmas Starbucks cup, the red cup? Remember the great national debate over it? I started.
No, you didn't start it.
Well, I may put it into
No, you didn't start it. You put lighter fluid on it.
I put napalm on it.
Yes. Yes, you did.
I did.
My daughter.
I made it a national issue.
My daughter was horrified.
I know she was. I took
Horrified.
great pride in that.
My stepfather is insane.
oh, wow.
What is wrong with him?
She graduated from Asheville. Let me put it that way.
That's
But yes, he definitely threw some kerosene
so anyway,
on that
yes,
fire.
I understand what you mean. I don't want to start any forest fires. I only want to start good stuff to help you. Because, you know what? We do need a forum where people can speak freely. And we do need a forum like Twitter or Facebook's original idea where the left and right could interact.
Well, no, Facebook's original idea was to pick up people in college.
The secondary idea once they got past picking up girls.
I don't think a lot of people on Twitter or Facebook have gotten past that.
I think you're right.
Hey, Lisa, what's up?
So on Twitter's page right now, if you go to what their mission statement is, it's the same as what it was when they started, which is to keep their friends updated on what they're doing. And that's still what their mission is today. It was never designed to be the hotbed of political debate.
No, it just, I blame Chuck.
It's my, well, this one you might just blame me
I blame
because
Chuck.
In 2007 I came up with that saying that stuck around still.
No, you didn't.
I started and Obama
He
still
wasn't
sucks.
even elected then.
He was running in 2007.
You did
not. Early 2008.
You did not.
I started that.
I know you did, but not in 2007.
2008.
Grandpa.
What'd you start?
Anyway, in 2008, I started that expression, and Obama still sucked. Or, in the first term, it was and Obama sucked.
Right.
And
that
then
was
in the second
okay. I'll
term,
tell you when you thought of it.
And
It's when
Obama
we
still
moved to our
sucked.
house in Haw River. I remember that because you wanted to make a T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
So that was about 2008.
No, 9. 9?
9.
9. Okay.
9?
I'm old. 9.
9?
9. Sorry. So anyway, I started that ruckus too.
So
I'm good at starting ruckuses. So I want to start a good ruckus.
So you broke Twitter.
Well, I made Twitter
broken.
Bipartisan.
Broken. No, you didn't.
No, not bipartisan.
No, you didn't. You made it evil.
Conflicting.
Yeah, everybody else was like, "Hey, what's on TV?" Chuck's like, "Obama sucks."
You may be right. Anyway, back to so look on the screen. It says we went down another rabbit hole.
Yeah.
We are notorious for doing this, Jeff, and we apologize, but it's what we do.
Hey, it's
very
real life.
entertaining.
It is.
It's all good. All good.
Good. So you are welcome on the show anytime you'd like to join us.
Well, thank you very much.
Anytime you want to talk about something new with your company, you're always welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. And if at any point you want to, like I put out a message the other day that anybody that's got a program like this, that if you will let us know the date and times that it goes, we will put our list together and share it with all our members.
Great.
So we'd be happy to
We are
promote
all
you guys
in.
too. Great.
Well, because Dershie and I, if you, we told you a little about it on Tuesday nights at 8:00. He and I do a very political show, and we are brutal. And Lisa makes me do it in the camper because she doesn't want to hear it.
I don't make you do anything.
Well,
don't make you do anything.
She doesn't make me do it, but I do it anyway, so she doesn't hear it.
Yeah. So I don't stab you.
And then on Wednesday nights we do this show, which is not really about politics much at all. Every time we get into politics, we get into it. So we just don't do it.
Nobody wants to hear that. It's
Nobody,
ugly.
yeah, nobody. Well, they probably do want to hear that, but
Yeah, it's ugly.
we don't want to do that because it doesn't end when the show ends.
It never ends well.
Right. So we just decided that we're going to have a nice show. Lisa's a great writer. She's a photographer. She does a lot of stuff. And me, I'm
Chuck. You're Chuck.
I'm Chuck. I can talk about anything, anytime with anybody. And Dershie, he's the perfect combination for all of it because he keeps us calm on this end, and then he doesn't keep us calm on our show. So it's good fun.
He's mean. I don't like
Is that about a correct assessment, Mr. Dershie?
That's right on the nose as usual, Chuck, because we always know that Chuck is always right. Even when Chuck is wrong, Chuck is right.
Shut up, Chuck.
Chuck.
Hey, anyway, Jeff, I just messaged you our show graphic with that information on it. If you can use that, if you need anything else, please let me know, and I'll give you more information. We appreciate any of the help, all the help we can get.
We really do.
Sure, absolutely. We want people to have the opportunity to share their messages, and so be happy to help get the word out for sure. And
That's
I
awesome.
certainly appreciate you allowing me on your show today.
Well, we loved having you, Jeff, and like Chuck said, anytime you want to come back, or if you want to join us on our Tuesday night show and get a little more political.
Yeah.
Please let us know anytime. We'll be glad to have you. I again want to thank you for Cloud Hub. I feel very much at home there. And if you, I used to advertise. I was on a whole bunch of media sites, and as the last couple of weeks, I changed it to I'm on Cloud Hub and then also other places. So it's a home for me, and I like what I'm seeing.
Well,
I love what I'm seeing.
I included it on my list,
grow.
as you saw.
It's awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys. We're glad you're on our platform, and it's wonderful to have you there and share your messages. And
Great.
we look forward to working with you in the future.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for joining us.
That's awesome.
You have
right.
a great
Thanks,
night.
Jeff. Have a great night, buddy.
Thank you, Jeff.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was fantastic.
That was cool and informational.
See, I was nice.
And you were awesome. You know what? You started out saying exactly what your concerns were, which was exactly the right way
Well,
to
it's
do
true. Every time I open
Give
it
me
up,
knuckle.
I go, and then I shut it.
Well, good. Then you found out why that's doing that, and that it won't continue doing that for long.
Right, but many people won't,
Right,
and they'll
and
look at it and they'll go, "This is not for me," and
Right.
then they won't come back.
Right. So now that you've said this, if we can get enough people to hear your words, then we will get the word out and have it happen. And
Right.
we are on a so everybody knows. Mr. Dershie, Lisa, and I have decided we're going to be a little bit better about advertising the show so we do get more folks listening. We've been practicing our last 6 months, and I think we're doing pretty well at this point. We have our technical glitches here and there, but that happens with anybody.
We're also going to take the show out a couple times,
Yep.
maybe once a month, maybe.
Road shows.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll go to north of Orlando.
Oh, apparently we're going to California.
And we're going to we'll do the I Love Lucy show style,
Oh,
except
wait,
with the radio show the whole way.
in that convertible?
Yeah, we'll take
Oh, yeah.
that 56 Pontiac
That was nice.
station wagon.
And that awesome camper.
Oh,
I'm not dyeing my hair that color, sorry.
your hair's not that far from it now. It's gorgeous.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ricky.
Yep. So that anyway, that Dersh, that was really informational. I think that helped me learn a lot, and you feel the same way.
Yeah, I'm really glad we got to talk to him. I understand what Lisa's saying, and I agree because I've felt that way on other media sites that I no longer visit. But we talked about that on our show Tuesday, Chuck. That I was leery about Cloud Hub for the same reason Lisa was, because I don't personally want to go in and just listen to an echo chamber. I think it's useless,
right.
which is why I don't like some of the other sites like Gab, for example. I'm just not a fan because that's all that's there. And I'm like, well, why should I even post anything? Because people aren't going to listen anyway. And there's no one out there that I can dialogue with.
See, that's why I kind of miss Chuck on Twitter, because I could say things and tag him in it, and all of his friends would be like, "What?"
Yeah.
Just to freak people out.
Hey?
Yeah.
No, not on no, just to make them read something else.
Yeah.
Like, well, my friends say this. I'm like, hey, I'm Chuck's friend, and I say, and they'd be like, what? Wait.
Well, Lisa, I
confused
love
all
following
the time.
your stuff on Twitter because they're not political. But I love you post your food and other things you do, and it's fantastic. I love.
Well, that's
I love
how
following
Twitter
you.
used to be.
Right.
That's how Twitter used to be.
I think what Jeff wants here,
Well,
this Cloud Hub is going to be that again, and I love that the presentation he gave us, and he doesn't want us to talk a whole lot about it, but there's going to be multiple branches and multiple avenues that you can take, and
I was very impressed with the presentation.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love how he's going to have the government hub. How you can reach your local governments, whether it's local, state, or whatever, and your congressman, and you're going to be able to go into the actual meetings virtually instead of having to be there. I love all the ideas that he's got coming up.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
As soon as he gets a desktop version.
Why are you yelling?
Sorry, I just had to say that.
Down your hearing aid.
What?
Nellis.
What?
I'm looking for the papyrus version.
I want the sandstone version personally. But,
Exactly. I lost my stylus.
I
yeah.
want Moses to come down off the mountains with the stone version, okay?
Moses has an iPad now, okay?
So that was fun. Anyway, we had one more topic that Miss Lisa wanted to cover tonight, and I think we've got time to do it, even
Which
though
one,
we're already
what?
over an hour.
Oh.
What
I thought we
Island
could stay
game.
there. Oh, well, it's not even
Not
really a
even
game.
just. Tell us about it.
No, it's just okay. It's not just, and I'm not doing a sermon, so I can say just. So shut up, Chuck. One of my friends did a thing where they asked, you have to pick an island. If you were to go to an island that you've never been to before, and I think you had to live there, I think was also the other.
You have to
You have to stay there, maybe. You have to go there. You have to stay there. You've never been there before, and you have to go today. Where would it be?
Yours?
Well, there's no question. It's Australia.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a done deal. That's not even. Would take me
that's pretty smart.
3 milliseconds
It's
to
a
come
really
up with
good
that one.
place.
Now, why is Australia better than New Zealand?
Well, it's not. I mean, I actually, if you go to Australia, you don't go to New Zealand. You're pretty stupid. You know,
You're that close.
You can only pick one.
Close, but if I had to, the reason I pick Australia, and the reason Australia is literally at the top of my bucket list, is because I want to go to Ayers Rock. Ayers Rock is a what the scientists call a boil on the butt of the Earth, and
That's New Jersey.
Yeah, but it's a particular
That's Newark.
it's a particular way
Okay,
the Ayers Rock was formed, which is not like a normal mountain. It's formed differently, and there's 5 of them on the planet, and I've been to 3. And Ayers Rock is the biggest one, and I've always wanted to go there. So I mean, really, that's the reason I chose that.
But you have to stay there.
Now, is it an island
That's
or is
fine.
it a continent?
Yes, it's
to
a
both.
continent. It's a continent which happens to be an island.
Correct. So if I live in Australia,
Obviously, you've
no
never
problem.
a school teacher.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Charles?
I was thinking island.
That is
And
an
then-
island.
It is an
Island.
island.
I mean,
It's
like
surrounded
little
by
island.
water that makes it an island.
Chuck wasn't so good in school sometimes.
I'll send you a map,
Because I
Chuck.
wasn't there.
I'll mail you
I'm
a
like-
map,
I'm
all
like-
right?
Okay,
I'm
little.
not-
Okay, next time we play the game, we'll pin it down. How about that?
I'm like James on Jeopardy in that way. He never wanted to be in school, and neither do I.
Right.
Neither did I.
Right, but he knows the answers to the questions.
Oh my God!
Okay, no. We're talking after that. No, not after. We'll be done. Next week we can talk about Jeopardy.
He'll still be winning.
Right. You pick an island.
An island.
Well, spoiler alert: somebody hasn't watched Jeopardy.
Oh, like the guy's gonna lose.
He's got to lose eventually.
I know, that's what I said.
But the point is that he really doesn't. Because he's so diversified, smart across such a range.
It's boring, though. It's boring. They have to make him lose.
I'm impressed.
Anyway, you rabbit hole again. Pick your damn island.
I'm going to Jamaica, man.
And staying there.
I'm staying in Jamaica, man.
I've been there.
I'm living in Jamaica. See, I haven't been there, so that would be my choice.
Absolutely love Jamaica.
I know, man. I'm going to live in Bob Marley land.
All right. So do I get to pick mine now?
Yes, ma'am. Where's yours?
See, I was thinking about the game all day because I knew about it.
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
It did hurt. My job hurts, but and y'all are gonna hate mine, which is why I picked it.
What?
Think about it.
Cuba.
Exactly, because I've been to Key West, or else I would have picked that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's into poverty.
No, what? I'm into poverty.
She's into failed socialism.
I don't need to be rich. I like the climate. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh. Go to Puerto Rico.
Hey, hang on, guys. We got another caller, and I think I know who it is.
Cool.
Say hello, Jerry.
Jerry!
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Jerry's in the house.
There. How you doing, bro?
Howdy.
I think it's time for Lisa left show.
Oh,
hang on.
Oh,
we gotta get Jerry's. Wait, hang on. We gotta get Jerry's island here.
Not because of Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Wait, Lisa, come back. Jerry's doing an island.
Jerry. So we're playing a game.
Jerry's island.
We're playing a game. If you
yes, Jerry's island is in Antarctica.
You had to pick an island, and you had to leave today, and that's where you're going to live the rest of your life.
And you've never been there before.
You've never been there. Where would it go? And my pick was Australia. Chuck wants to go to Jamaica, and Lisa chose the failed socialist country of Cuba.
What's your pick?
What's Jerry gonna pick?
So what's Jerry's pick?
Where are you gonna go, Jerry?
Do I need the Jeopardy music to play? Yeah.
Jerry's gonna go to Antarctica. Because it's warm there.
You guys are kind of fading in and out.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? So you got to go to pick an island you've never been to, where you would have to move to and stay the rest of your life.
Oh crap! I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you.
Have you been to Hawaii?
Thought, isn't it? Yeah, I've been to Kauai.
No, have you been to all of them?
I could probably do that.
No?
I could do that.
In that case, I'm going to St. John's because I lived on St. Croix.
Well, you didn't think about it hard enough, did you?
Well, but Jamaica's Jamaica, so.
Jamaica me crazy.
Jamaican lots more Maryland.
Kauai. Yeah, Kauai is pretty nice.
I've been to Kauai. The one time I went to Kauai.
Yeah.
The one time I went to Kauai.
Yeah.
And we were going to do the helicopter trip.
Yeah.
And it got fogged out. And the man was like, "Oh, this never happens. This is like never happens. We never have to cancel a trip." Like, ooh, I'm glad I spent $800 flying over here to get a canceled helicopter trip. Woo! But it was
painful.
Hey, but we got a brown T-shirt.
Yep.
Made out of clay.
So, Jer, hey, did you listen to the whole show?
I missed some of it because I was a buddy of mine just bought a puppy, so we were talking about.
Oh,
more puppies.
Puppies are better than our show every day.
Puppies beat our show.
Yeah, puppies up.
Jeff from Cloud
I would say Trump our show, but I can't.
So it was very good. Oh, by the way, everybody say goodbye, Lisa, because Lisa is leaving the house.
I gotta go to work tomorrow. Sorry, boys.
And Dershie, what do we say at that point?
Lisa left, so we're all right.
We're all right. And this is actually like a show within a show. So even though we're already on an hour and How many minutes? 20 minutes. We're going to do another segment as long as we guys feel like talking about stuff. And this will be a little bit more political, folks.
So let me close out the Chuck and Lisa show. So good night, Lisa. And stand by.
Really leaving, so I guess.
And you can still hear Lisa in the background, but this is now the official beginning of.
I live here.
Lisa left, so we're all right with Chuck, Dersh, and our buddy Jerry calls in from Minnesota. So if you're still listening, you want to hang in. We're going to get a little bit more political than we were, or they are on the Chuck and Lisa show. So, what's on your mind, gentlemen? How's it going? We just spent.
How's it going?
Yeah. How things going in up in Minnesota?
She's sleeping.
You guys
It's been
frozen still?
it's been like Seattle. Rain.
And liberals?
Every day.
Yeah. That's so funny. Rain and liberals.
Your state is almost raining liberals. It's weird.
Yeah,
I just don't see Minnesota as that.
It's the global warming. 50 degrees and rain.
Yeah.
I hate that dang global warming, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. That long winter was all that's fault.
Yep.
Right?
That's global warming.
So, how's the puppy?
Mine are okay.
So you did puppies, and also your niece and nephew. Is that what I saw?
No, both my nieces. They're twin nieces. They're in 11th grade, but they're taking college courses. So they only got like
That's
a couple
fantastic.
classes.
I saw you posted a picture.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's great.
Pretty proud of them. Yeah. They actually, when they were born so early that they were probably about a pound, maybe a little less than a pound each.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
They're considerably more than 1 pound now. They must be at least 90 each.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but to go from that,
that's amazing.
Pretty I mean, yeah, it is, and if it wouldn't be for the medical.
How many weeks early were they?
There's no way. Oh, they were way early.
How many weeks early were they?
Quite a bit, because they're only about a pound each.
That's small, but
so that was.
According to the liberals, they were just clumps of cells, and if they didn't go all the way full term, they're just clumps of cells, right? They're not really babies. They're not right. Isn't that right? Isn't that what liberals say?
I'm glad so much of America is changing in that belief. And it is changing.
But with today's medical field, I mean, it's pretty crazy that they survived.
Yeah, that's
and all what they're doing there.
That's
awesome.
incredible. But today's medicine is coming more and more towards the right side of politics, because it's showing that it actually is a baby earlier and earlier than anyone ever thought before, which is what's making the liberals crazy, because their lump of cells theory that they've been selling for so long is absolutely bogus, and science is showing it, which is why they're starting to deny science. So did you see the Washington Post article on they were talking about mainly the Unplanned movie, and they said, quote, what the right calls a heartbeat rather than it's actually a heartbeat. So
Yeah.
I just thought that was a very interesting way that they again twisting reality and denying science. It's what they call a
What is
fetal
it?
heartbeat.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
What is
It's sad, really.
What is right. The liberals are just absolutely going off the edge of insanity right now, and I love what Trump did today. I mean, my man crush on Trump is starting to grow. When Pelosi said he's got doing a cover up, and so he walks in and says, well, as long as you're investigating me, sayonara, we got nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I love that.
That was great. And Jerry, did you see the Rose Garden sign? Because it wasn't covered on the news. I posted it in CloudHub.
No, I didn't.
The Rose Garden sign Trump put up. I know, Chuck, you saw it, right? Because you liked my thing.
I don't think I saw it. What does it say? I can't remember.
Yeah, he was supposed to have a news conference, and when everybody showed up, the news media showed up, and they were whining about it like crazy today. All it was an empty podium in the Rose Garden with a sign that says, Mueller investigation, 35 million spent, 2,800 subpoenas, 675 days, 500 witnesses, 18 angry Democrats, and no collusion, no obstruction, and that's all it was there. So he lured them under the guise of they're going to have a conference, which he doesn't have anymore, and then that's all they found, which I thought was fantastic. And then he does what he did to the Pelosi and Schumer, and man, I'm telling you, my man crush on our president is growing by the day.
I'm impressed. I hadn't heard that. I hadn't heard that sign. I hadn't seen that sign. That's really good.
Neither did I.
So that was for the meeting for today.
Yes, that was at the Rose Garden today.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Playing the media seems to be something that they excel at.
I really do have to have some headphones on here, don't I?
Yes, you really do. I didn't think you'd be sitting here, to be honest.
Just because I'm tired of being on the show doesn't mean I have to go to bed.
Okay.
You just did this last night.
What's the name of this after show called?
I know, but that doesn't... but that doesn't mean I have to leave the room and listen to your bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
It
It's
is.
only bullshit if you're a leftist.
No, it is.
It's only bullshit if you're a leftist.
No, it's
And it's not even then because it's true.
I'm not a leftist.
Yeah.
I'm a liberal. There's a difference. Yes, there is.
Is there a difference in
Yes,
liberal
there
and
is a
leftist?
difference.
Well,
So, Lisa is not on the headphones with us. She's trying to plug her headphones into her new computer so she doesn't hear us.
It's not that new.
Well, it's pretty new.
Well, get up and plug it in because I can't.
You guys talk for a second. I'll be right back.
so anyway, Jerry, tell me again. We started talking about your weather up there. So I know it was cold yesterday. You got us a little warmer today.
Not really. I think by the end of the week we're supposed to be in the 70s, but it's been pretty cold lately. I mean, chilly. It's below, it's below normal. But with all this rain, it's just going to screw the farming community up, and
Right.
they can't get in the fields at all. That's going to hurt.
That's crazy, Red.
Some are already talking about probably just bankrupt, do bankruptcy and get it over with because they can't get in their field.
Really? It's that bad? Wow.
Yeah. It just keeps raining. I don't know how many inches we've had. You know, it's pretty bad. We haven't even put our garden in yet. It got flooded out.
Wow.
You know.
That's...
And then the other night we had to cover up Ann's plants because we had a frost.
Damn global warming.
Hey guys, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, they Chuck.
Yeah,
I just
hey guys.
That's just amazing, man. I can't handle it. I mean, like we were talking about the other day. You have 150 degree temperature change from
Swing.
winter to from winter to summer, and those
are incredible changes.
That's nasty.
That's just nasty, baby.
It's beautiful right here.
It's been pretty crazy.
It's beautiful here in Florida right now.
You in that Florida.
It's my favorite time, man. It's not hot. It's warm. The humidity's down because it rains all the time. My garden's loving it, and our pepper plant is exploding.
Cool. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Exploding pepper plants. Film at 11.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do we got to talk about? Anything politically, Chuck, it's on your mind, Jerry?
No. Just found out my microphone. I think it's gone bad though. It's not.
Yeah,
the
you guys are kind of
headphones.
in and out for me.
Yeah, it's. I've been having problems at my end with this really nice blue microphone of mine, and it looks like the headphone jack is gone, so that I only have right ear and not left ear. Oh no. Oh well, time for another microphone.
Yeah.
Looks like the right-left is out, unless you just want to hear ourselves in the left
That
ear.
whole microphone.
Yeah.
That costs $300.
No,
Hey,
it costs $95.
Maybe Black Rifle Coffee can send you one.
Oh, for real. We need to
Yeah,
have
no
that.
doubt.
Hey, Jerry, last night Chuck and I were talking about Barr and what he's doing. You got any thoughts on Barr? How do you feel about him? What he's doing?
I like the guy.
Where he's going?
I like the guy. He's gonna crush the Democrats.
Yeah.
He's
that's
not
the main
gonna
thing.
stop. He's got nothing to lose. You know, he doesn't
We were
need a
talking
job.
about this in our show last night, and this is going to be
Yeah.
a major topic for this year.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jerry. He
And
definitely has nothing to lose. He doesn't
No,
really
he's got
care.
nothing to lose, and
He doesn't need the job.
Shit's gonna hit the fan, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
gonna be great.
definitely why the left is trying to discredit him right now, because he's going to unleash all kind of fury. And the funny thing is that when it's all said and done, but this is not unusual for the left, all the things that they've been accusing Trump of, people on their side are going to be found guilty of. They're going to go to jail. Collusion. There's absolute collusion.
There's going to be jail.
Obstruction of justice is done all on the left side, which is why they really have to destroy Barr right now, to shut him up or discredit him, because the stuff's hitting the fan. Ain't no doubt about that.
No, I can't wait. I just don't know when it's going to happen. How long he's going to wait before he does it? Is it going to be right before the elections?
That's what I'm hoping for, to be honest with you, Jerry. I hope he stalls and keeps it going just long enough and let that come out about August or September and start arresting people. That would be fantastic. That would just be throwing it right back in the face of the liberals, who that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah, and it almost seems like that's what he's doing. He's just kind of waiting. You know, because they've been doing
one after another
investigations for how long?
I want to see him do one after another come August.
Yeah, and let me tell you what, they better show up
every
at
day.
6 o'clock in the morning with armed guards or armed police and drag them out in the pajamas like they did. What's the name for? I don't like him a whole lot.
Yeah, that was just wrong.
What they did was wrong.
I don't like him either, but what they did, yeah, you're exactly right. What they did is completely wrong. Yeah. No, nobody deserves that, especially in something
Stone?
I mean, they could have done it any time, and he would have surrendered any time.
Correct.
Stone?
Yeah. Right.
Roger Stone?
Yeah, I don't like.
Yeah,
him. I don't like the man, but you
Right.
know what they did was ridiculous. And you know, again, it was a show. He's connected with the president, so therefore they just want to hurt Trump as much as they can hurt him. And
Yep.
I'm hoping and I'm praying that all this stuff that they're doing right now is just going to blow up in their faces.
I think it will. He's going to make sure of that.
I don't see how it's got any other alternative or possibility at this point.
No. And he doesn't seem like he's going to stop. And the more they keep trying to hammer on Trump and him, the worse it's going to be.
I
He's
agree.
just going to unleash holy hell on them guys. I can't wait.
I agree, and I'm hopeful because you know, it's the first time we talked about this a few weeks ago. I had my severe doubts that any of this was going to happen, and sure enough, man, you guys were right. Both of you said it was going to happen, and it is, and I'm loving it.
Yep.
And they keep pushing. That's
I'm
the
happy it's
stupidest
actually
thing.
going to happen.
Yeah, what you say, Jerry?
You know, I just said and they keep pushing it. You know, hell, they should have already had him impeached.
Yeah.
You think?
Well, if there was anything there, they would have.
So I think that's why.
I know that, but
do you hear that Mueller it doesn't want to testify now? You know, with all these liberals out there screaming that they have to get Mueller, you know, in front of the House. And I heard somebody on the talk on the Will Cow show today, and he went through a whole bunch of things that Mueller did wrong, plus evidence has come out that Mueller walked through the door knowing Trump was innocent. And if that's the case, then why do we spend all that money and all that time to find out what you knew the first day you walked in the door, other than this whole thing was a political stunt by the left? And if that's the case, Mueller's going to be in deep.
I think they were
doo-doo
hoping they
too.
could find something. You know,
Yeah.
I think they were just trying to find anything at that point. But he's in trouble too.
Yeah, so
He's
I
not
don't
innocent.
I don't think he's going to show up and testify. The person, the lady who was talking to Andrew was saying that you know he will put himself in jeopardy, and he won't be able to withstand cross-examination from the right. You know, the left will coddle him and give him softball, but you know, there are going to be a few people on the right who will actually ask some tough questions. And you
Right.
guys
Oh, yeah.
you guys know that the left just isn't prepared to defend what they say or do, because they're never challenged by the media. Never.
Right. Right. This is going to be fun to watch go down.
Yeah, it is. I posted something today about it, and who was it? Stacey Abrams from Georgia started jumping all over Buttigieg, and I posted on CloudHub. You know, the left is starting to eat their own. This is going to be fun. Pass the popcorn.
Oh, it's going to be great.
It is.
They have been. You know, Pelosi, she has no clue what the hell's going on.
Oh my gosh, they're all clueless, Jerry. I mean, they're all clueless. You got
I know.
every single one of them, the 24, 5, 6, whatever, how many people are running for that nomination. None of them will draw a line on abortion. You know, then now they're going after the Hyde Amendment, you know, which won't allow the U.S. to spend, you know, money on abortions overseas, tax dollars on abortion, and you know they're going after that. And Gillibrand said today, which I blew a stack and I started posting stuff all over the place. Gillibrand, you know, pulled out the old, well, we have a doctrine in the Constitution which has separation of church and state. So she said because of the separation of church and state, the Hyde Amendment is unconstitutional. And
brother.
I'm thinking, what? First of all, what does the Hyde Amendment have to do with religion at all, other than religious people support it? The Hyde Amendment has to do with spending tax dollars. That's left and right and middle and religious or non-religious. It has absolutely nothing to do with religion, but she's pulling out separation of church and state. And first of all, separation of church and state does not exist. It is not in the Constitution. Nor is the right to an abortion in the Constitution. Neither one of them are. And these people are just so ignorant, and I just keep thinking to myself, are they that stupid, or are they playing to their ignorant voter base? And I'm not sure which one it is. It could be both.
I think it's both.
It could be both.
Both.
Yeah,
I'd say both.
But that just
if they took a test on the Constitution, they would all fail.
Well, they none of them know the Constitution, Jerry. They certainly don't.
No, they would fail.
Yeah, they
right.
They believe things that aren't in the Constitution are, and the things that are in the Constitution don't count. Like the right to keep and bear arms, but it's amazing. And then, of course, we just don't have anybody on the right in politics other than a handful like, Ted and a few of those guys, Mike Lee, it comes to mind. They won't push back on this stuff, and that's how we keep sliding to the left, is because we don't have anybody up there with the guts to push back, except for Donald Trump, which I think, and you guys probably agree, is one of the biggest reasons he got elected. It's because he stood up and said, I don't need to be president, I'm going to be, and I don't need the media. And he pushed back. He's the first Republican since Ronald Reagan that I can remember to stand up and push back against the onslaught of the left. Right. You guys agree or disagree?
Yep. No, I agree.
Yep.
Yeah. And I really, the funny thing is, and I even tell him this, I was for Cruz, and I was doing everything I could for him, but when Trump was, I didn't think he would do what he's done.
I didn't either.
I had my doubts, but he's done everything that he said he was going to do.
Right.
It's just I don't know how, but he's done it in 2 years.
And done it with pushback from the Republicans too, with absolutely no help from Ryan McConnell.
Right.
Yeah.
Ryan McConnell.
Can you imagine if he had some help?
Oh, I know. Well, again, the problem comes down to we have so many on the right who are rhinos who really don't disagree with what the left wants to do. They just won't say it because they know they won't get elected, and they won't do anything to stop it. But that's our problem. That's McConnell. That's Ryan.
Yeah, they're worthless.
That's Boehner. Justin Amash. What a moron that guy is.
Right.
That's exactly what's going on. And
well, he's going to lose.
Justin Amash.
He's done.
He's done. I hope so.
He's done.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think he's done. He's got no. He's cooked. They're going to make sure of that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's going to get any money from the Republican Party, which is going to hurt him.
He's going to no. No, he's done. He just killed himself on that. By what he's done. It's just like that. Who was that Arizona senator when Kavanaugh was the Republican?
Yeah.
And he damn near, put a wrench in everything.
Yeah, Jeff Flake.
Flake.
That guy.
Flake was a flake.
That guy. I'm glad he's gone. Aren't you?
Yeah. I thought he was going to run for president.
he has,
Didn't he say that?
Yeah,
He said that.
he has less of. The only way he can run for president is on the Democrat side, because he has less of a chance of getting the nomination than the Democrats have of winning the White House.
No doubt.
You know, that kind of BS politics might work in Arizona. You know, they have McCain and Flake, because they got a lot of retirees that move in from California and New York, but that stuff don't fly in Texas and, you know, the big red states that you have to win as a Republican. You're not going to get anybody to show up at the polls, which is what's hurt us in the past. You know, when we had losers who ran like Romney. You know, even though he won Texas, there's people. I voted for him. And I told my brother after I voted for him, I said, I will never, ever vote for another middle-of-the-road, wishy-washy, rhino Republican, and I haven't. Didn't vote for Trump because I thought that's who he was, and I'll be the first to say I was absolutely wrong. He does have a long way to go still, but man, he proven me wrong so far. But I'm not going to do it. They keep running rhinos. I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to show up at the polls, and they're going to suffer. And I think a lot of people did that over the last 4 to 8 years.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, what else you guys got?
Yep.
Let's
see. I think I'm about done. What do you think? You got anything else?
Well,
yes.
We can talk all night, but
we could. We have been prone to do this.
Yeah, we sure have.
But this was a lot of fun tonight. We got to do a lot.
How did that go?
I thought it was great.
Very well.
I thought it was great. Lisa spoke up. Was very nice, very polite, and talked about it. And I think Jeff has plans for the future, which are going to.
Yep, she mentioned her concerns.
Which are gonna incorporate what Lisa wants and to make it more appealing to the left. So I can't wait for these changes. So in Cloud Hub, and we got to get Jerry, man. You got to come over and join us in Cloud Hub because we're having fun over there. I know you're still on Twitter. And you're our only outlet that we have right now to Twitter. And we appreciate that, but I miss you. I miss what we had on Twitter.
Yeah, when I get, now that I think, I got tomorrow off, so I get the rest of the week off, so I'm going to start building the Clout, and then we'll go from there, the Clout Hub or whatever. And then kind of maybe move over instead of getting on Twitter so much. I'm about done with it. I'm so sick of people.
We've all said that lately.
For real,
oh my
man.
God. I didn't think people were this stupid, but they're dumb.
Yeah, they are. Well, when you get a poll that says 3% of Americans think socialism would be good for a country, you know there's some dumb people out there.
Right. God knows.
Oh, no doubt about that.
All right, well, sounds like we're slowing down. Thanks for calling, Jerry.
Yep.
Man, I love you,
yep.
dude.
Thanks for joining us, Jerry. Love you, bro.
Love this part of the show when we get to sit and chat with each other. Don't forget that the Chuck and Lisa show will be back next Wednesday at 9:30 here on YouTube or on the PatriotJournalist.com/Chuck and Lisa. Chuck and I will be back on Tuesday at 8 o'clock
yes, we will.
On YouTube. If you can find us on YouTube, search for Truth is Free, all one word. You can find us there. Follow us. Subscribe. Subscribe to both shows, the Chuck and Lisa show and the Right Side of Politics. We'll get Jerry to call in eventually one of these days when it's raining and he can't walk the dogs.
Yes, that would be good.
on the right side of politics. But we still love you calling in, right, as you do on Wednesday night. So we'll be there. Love you guys, both of you. Thanks for listening. Anybody who's out there, please join us. Again, you can find Chuck on Gab, USA.life, MeWe,
everywhere,
WG1, WGA, Parler, Cloud Hub, and a whole bunch of other places as @ChuckNellis. And you can find me
all sorts of places
on Cloud Hub mainly, but I'm also on Gab, USA.life, MeWe, WG1, WGA, Parler, and you can find me at all those places @Dersh. We sure hope you guys listen and call in and join us and participate. We'd love to hear from you. All right. Good night, Jerry.
Amen.
Good night, Chuck.
And Obama still sucks.
And Obama does still suck.
Good night, you guys. Love you guys.
Right.
Talk to you soon.
Yep.